Can you believe it's already April 8th?
I can't believe it's Tuesday.
Tuesday already. Can you believe that?
I know. It sounded like I was excited, like it was Friday or something.
Well, we haven't even hit hump day yet. You know what I'm saying?
I know. Can't even get over the mountain yet.
Welcome to Morning Crankers. It's another Tuesday, if you know what I'm saying. It's actually a pretty awesome show today. We're doing a lot of what we like to call Crankers Strange But True today. You know what I'm saying?
Like it.
Yeah, well, that's going to be good. And we just got some stuff that I think is going to be good for the blue-collar men and women workers out there, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it is. I think what we're watching is we're watching a revolution. Like, have you heard all the people say, like, we're scared AI is going to take all the jobs?
Yeah, I keep hearing it.
Yeah, well, I can remember back in the 90s, we were like, oh, the internet's just going to take over everything, and nobody will have any money, and it'll only be a few people. You remember that?
I remember that.
Wait, what happened?
There's still jobs.
There's still jobs, and we're still making money. As a matter of fact, the things that are happening in America right now can only benefit the middle class. You want to know why?
Why?
Well, one of them is the tariffs. The only people that tariffs don't help the rich, tariffs don't help the poor, but they sure as hell help the middle class.
It does.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because what we are doing, and I think this needs to happen, we are taking tariffs and we're applying them to other countries, and people say, well, it's just the Americans that are paying that. It is.
Yeah.
So instead of us buying other people's crap, we're actually buying American stuff. You know what I'm saying?
We're going to have pride again. We're going to be making stuff in our own country.
Well, here's the thing. It's money.
Money. It
money,
stays here.
and it stays
at home.
here. Correct. Yeah. Here's the thing. For all the do-gooders out there that are like, especially the Democrats, when it comes to like the illegals going home, they're always like, are you going to pay the prices for the vegetables and the fruits? Are you going to go out there and pick them? And I'm thinking to myself, oh, you like slave labor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
If it costs more to do, I'm willing to pay for it if I want it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And then you've got those people that go to the store saying, well, why can't they grow more cans on the shelves?
Yeah. Yeah. And I know, I swear some people think that, burgers are like,
right,
processed in a factory.
Processed out of your nose and into a packaging.
They just don't get it. Maybe it's just, too emotionally overbearing on them. You know what I'm saying?
That's why they get greasy burgers.
Yeah, well, it's because they're morons. I can't wait till we can get the reverb and go, moron. You know what I'm saying?
And look for more on Mondays on Morning Crankers.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, there's a lot going on, and we're mixing, matching, making it better. You know what I'm saying?
I actually like
things
that
like
segment when we did it.
Yeah, the more on Mondays?
Yes.
Yeah, well, there is plenty to choose from, I'm telling you.
Take your pick.
It's April 8th. That means it's the day after the 7th and before the 9th.
Hey, that is very true. That's factual first. That's factual.
That's for the protesters.
Right.
Just so they know.
We're letting you know.
And it's actually Tuesday, the 8th, which is after Monday and before Wednesday.
Right.
But it's still a day that ends in Y.
Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't be so hard on them.
Oh.
You're
hurting my butt.
I'm sorry. I just didn't know there were so many people that rode the short bus, back in the day. I had no idea.
A lot.
April 8th, it's National Empanada Day.
Yeah.
You ever had those?
No, I haven't.
They are wonderful.
What are in those?
I've seen beef in them. I've seen pork in them. I've seen chicken in them.
Nice.
Then cheese.
Sound like right up my alley.
Oh, they are wonderful. It's National Zoo Lovers Day.
Yeah, I like the zoo.
You know what I'm saying?
We got Congress as our main zoo.
Yeah, it is too. It's National All Is Ours Day. Now, when I told Gret about National All Is Ours Day, he went to look it up, and he went to look it up on ChatGPT and see if he could get information about it. And he had a very hard problem saying National All Is Ours Day.
But boy, I tell you what, after I looked it up, it was one of the greatest days we celebrate.
Tell us about it, brother.
Oh, my gosh. It's celebrating humor, which I love the most.
Absolutely.
It celebrates anything that we love the most in life. It says.
See, isn't that cool?
And that's the coolest. I love it.
For me,
it was humor. I had to put humor.
Humor, family, God, country. You know what I'm saying? All of them. Donuts.
Yeah, all rolled up into one big donut.
Yeah, I think that is just amazing. It's National Library Workers Day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. Congratulations to my niece.
Yeah, well, hey, did you ever find any librarians hot?
Not really. I had some of the ones that are still from the prehistoric age. They probably not here no longer.
Oh, dust flew when they farted?
Yeah.
Yeah, that type of thing. Yeah. I don't know. You remember Lois Lane?
Yeah.
Or Lois Lane.
I was getting ready to say, is Lewis her dad?
Lois.
Was Lewis her dad?
Well, I mean, Lois. Say that. Lois.
Lois?
Lewis.
It's Lewis. Lois.
It's Lois.
It's Lois.
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 Low.
Lois.
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 So, I mean.
That's how it's pronounced.
Did she remind you of a librarian?
Yeah, her character was kind of like librarianish. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of thought that she would have been like a hot librarian.
Yeah.
You know, back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, would Daisy Duke have been a librarian?
Oh, man. A hot one.
See, I would have said that she would have been the one, like one of the lunch ladies that served the food. She would have been the rice pudding dipper.
I got one even better, Hans.
All right, let's hear
What would Heather Thomas look like in the library? I would be the fall guy. That's
yeah. Yeah, no, it is what it is. I want to talk about this, weird laws like say it ain't so stuff, but this is strange but true. I want to read some of these to you, okay?
All right.
You can't wear hoods in public in Dublin, Georgia. And I'm not talking Ireland, I'm talking about Dublin, Georgia.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, so tell me, what happened with the masks? If you can't wear hoods, could you wear a mask?
Oh, I'm sure. Somebody needs to ask Dublin, Georgia if they allowed that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But it's a true law. You can't wear hoods in public in Dublin, Georgia. In Topeka, Kansas, it is illegal to sing the alphabet on the street at night.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't know.
This is getting socialist.
Yeah, well.
I don't like it.
All forms of oral sex are illegal in Maryland, either with people or animals. I would have said something if it was like bestiality, but this is outlawing consensual oral sex between adults in Maryland.
I don't agree with that, but I agree with the animal one. That's pretty disgusting.
Well, yeah, with the animal, yes. This is from Justia U.S. Law.
Yeah.
It says that it hasn't been enforced in decades, but it could be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, why are the laws on the books if they're not enforced?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's like giving an extra arm. But, I don't see anything wrong with oral sex between two consenting adults.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
I mean...
and this is a state law.
Yeah, this is crazy. And it reminds me of a video I watched the other day.
You got to be careful. This is a rated R show.
Yeah, it is now. It is now, probably.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Was PG. You're right. He jumped ahead of me. Yeah. There was a video of a guy looking in the windowsill. I think it was a windowsill, and he saw these two crickets getting it on. But
yeah.
That was crazy.
It wasn't crickets. Those were wasps.
Wasps? Maybe it was.
Yeah, and he was looking out his car door.
Yep.
That's what it was.
That's what it was. Wasp.
Yeah, you sent me that.
That's right. I remember.
Yeah, if you want to see weird stuff like that, count on Greg sending it. That's something that you should have probably put on Facebook.
Yeah, I could have.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I think I did. I might have shared it to my Facebook.
There's another one on there that has a honeybee, the queen bee, when she rips the drone in half after he does his thing.
Wow.
Yeah, they can be mean. Remember that story we just did about the octopus where he actually had to get venom to stop her from killing him?
Yeah, so basically he killed her after having sex.
Oh, he didn't kill her. He just stunned her.
He numbed her. Okay.
Yeah. It was like a taser. Instead of, it's like less than lethal.
Okay.
But it's getting very popular in the animal kingdom right now.
Wow.
So, anyways, but what bothers me about all forms of oral sex are illegal in Maryland, either with people or animals. What bothers me is what was going on in Maryland that they came up with that law in the first place.
Yeah, it makes you wonder.
Now, we've got a little game here, Okay.
Oh, boy.
And, we've talked about it a little bit, but we really haven't done that at all. It's called Cranker's Time Travel Trouble, where Gred picks a historic event but pretends that he was actually there. So you are going to take this weird thing and tell us about what was happening and why Maryland decided to make oral sex illegal. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, man. Do I really got to explain this one, Han?
Yes, sir.
All right.
You got to tell us about it. What was it like in Maryland back then? 200 years ago.
Maryland was okay until I saw with my own eyes. It was really awful.
Really? What was wrong there?
Yeah. That old pussycat really got the old giraffe. That's all I can say.
Oh, boy. Okay, so what happened back then that Maryland decided that two consenting adults couldn't decide to have,
that pussycat got a hold of that giraffe's neck. And man, that was all she wrote.
So it was the guac.
Yeah.
Guac. That.
Yeah. Might have been puking up guacamole, but yeah, it was pretty disgusting.
So was it a mayor that saw it, or was it the governor, or who made the executive decision to do it?
It was Mayor Vagabox.
Okay, well, what was his name? Mackett or
No, Vaga.
Vega.
And his last name was Box. Vagabox.
Vagabox.
Yeah.
And just got, like jealous?
He was jealous. And
what was he jealous of?
I don't know, man. The giraffe was having too much fun, he said. He started showing his stripes and became...
Did he have a sister named Candy Swiller?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. And then, and then I think he was just... He was so tired of the giraffe that he looked over and it ended up not being a giraffe and it had stripes, and he said, nope, you turned into a zebra.
So what you're saying is they didn't actually mean to outlaw this.
No.
They were trying to outlaw that.
They were trying to outlaw that.
So even though we're not saying this, I mean, we're kind of saying, but we're not saying.
They figured that they can't... This is what the mayor said, Vagabox. He said that... yeah, we have to do this for the future of mankind because we can't have oral sex with watching animals have oral sex. We can't have human animals having oral sex either. So we got to make it human and animals both.
Oh, so what you're saying is they wanted to increase the population, so they didn't want the kids going down the slide.
Right.
Okay, I get it now.
Yeah.
Now it makes sense. Well, thank you very much for telling us about that. I appreciate that. I won't ask you to do this one. Did you know that it's illegal to give a moose any alcoholic beverage in the city of Fairbanks, Alaska?
No, I didn't know that. Wow.
Well, again, kind of weird.
Yeah.
But, could you imagine throwing a redneck up in Alaska?
Oh, my goodness.
Could you imagine what would happen up there?
It would become home.
Well, I mean, it could become home, and I mean, the mooses would be, moose would be drunk?
Or it could become a drunken human bear trap.
They could. I mean, I could see them taking, the THC gummies and coating them in chocolate and throwing them to the grizzly bears.
Yeah. I could see them throwing meth toward the bear.
Well, the thing is, you remember in, was it Milwaukee?
Yeah.
Where the fish had gotten addicted to meth. You remember us doing that story? And they would sit by the water coming out from the sewage plant.
Yep.
That's strange, but it's honestly true.
It is true.
It's illegal to eat raw onions while walking down the street in Northfield, Connecticut. In Nacogdoches, Texas, there's an onion curfew for young women. Under no circumstances are they allowed to have any raw onions after 6 p.m.
Yeah, no crying after 6 p.m., ladies.
Is it that, or is it,
I think that's what it is.
Like when the gentlemen courted the ladies?
Could be that.
That they didn't want to smell, onion breath.
Could be that.
Yeah, could it be?
Could be that, or could be, like I just said, stop them from crying.
Well, here's you. Oklahoma and Ohio, you can't make faces at a dog.
Really? That's strange, because I used to make faces at dogs all the time back in Ohio.
Well, you really shouldn't talk about your exes that way.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. California, it's illegal to eat a frog if it died during a frog jumping competition. Kind of weird.
It is weird. Wow.
In Florida, it's illegal to sing in your swimsuit. Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
man.
that's
disappointing. No Marilyn Monroes in swimsuits no more, guys.
I guess. Arizona, you can't have a donkey sleeping in your bathtub after 7 p.m.
Wow.
Like, literally, what did they do to have some of these made?
I don't know, but that last one, man, that makes an ass out of them.
Yeah. Well, here's one. Now, I'm going to stop right here. Kansas. It's illegal to serve ice cream on cherry pie.
Now, that's illegal.
That's criminal.
That's criminal. I was going to say it's illegally wrong.
Illegally wrong. It's criminally illegal.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. It's illegally wrong in my eyes because, man.
Oh, cherry pie
Vanilla
with ice cream on top?
vanilla on top? Come on.
That's what I'm saying. And a good vanilla, too.
That's Americana, man.
Yeah, I wonder if there was a communist in Kansas when they made that law. You know what I'm saying?
Kansas. I don't like that.
Well, it had to be. Well, I guess it could be better than this. So there's this former model, Troy Casey. He was like a supermodel for dudes, right? Or for he's a dude, but he was a supermodel for the girls to go ooh and ah and ee and you know what I'm saying?
I guess he makes piss lemonade. Right?
Well, he says I drink my own pee for the health benefits, which I didn't know there were any.
Well, I guess he does.
And he also does urine enemas.
Oh my god!
And he splashes it on his skin to sunbathe. Could you imagine what this guy smells like?
We always worry about Mama's not taking
and
a shower.
people probably think that we are going out on a limb, like we are on some fetish website or something.
Right.
What would you say? Strange but true. If I told you this is the New York Post.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if they're reporting it, it's news, I guess.
Yeah, well, this is by Rita Wiggle. Troy Casey has received a steady stream of press for his unorthodox wellness regimen, which includes the daily practice of drinking his own pee. A former supermodel and author of Ripped at 50, A Journey to Self-Love, Casey has been drinking his urine for years, and he regards it as something of a diagnostic tool.
Yeah, Casey at the bat.
Well, I mean, he looks ripped, but, see, he's got a great big long beard. How do you think that thing smells?
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Whew.
Like muff beard.
That's like a pissatorium.
I think it teaches your insides a little bit more about yourself, he told the Post. Urine has stem cells, amino acid, and antibodies. It's like the hair of the dog. A direct biofeedback loop. You know what's wrong with you as soon as you drink your morning pee. Oh.
Man, what a bad start to this morning.
Dude, he has been doing this for years. He said Casey was introduced to urine therapy by a breathwork coach after an unsuccessful round of chemo, claims to have healed himself of testicular cancer through urine looping. Akin to fasting, urine looping is a practice of drinking only your own urine and supplemental water for a designated period, not so much teetotal as pee total.
Wow.
You see where, so anyways, I'm going to keep going. Casey, who goes by the Certified Health Nut and previously made headlines for sunning his anus, was up for the challenge. 2 decades later, he is a urine convert, spreading the good word about the worth of waste. While Casey is sold on what he says are major health benefits, medical experts consulted the Post are less convinced by his whiz kid health hack. Dr. Michael Aziz, board-certified internal medicine physician and author of The Ageless Revolution, warned that drinking urine can be hazardous because it's both dehydrating and contaminating. Urine is mostly water and salt, which dehydrates you. Your kidneys are trying to get rid of the toxins, and if you drink urine, you're putting the toxins back into your body, he told the Post. When people have a UTI, most of the infection in the urine is E. coli. People can get seriously sick from drinking urine. For those on medication, drinking urine amounts to reintroducing discarded metabolites back into your body. Meanwhile, above average levels of urea can be toxic. You're drinking the urea that's going to cause problems, and introducing it to your GI tract can cause poisoning. It doesn't sound like it's all that good.
No.
But according to him, morning urine has melatonin in it, and drinking it can restore and regulate melatonin levels.
Wow.
Now, how much of this do you actually believe?
I don't understand it. He's got me at a loss.
Well,
like I said, I heard he used to be a king of fitness, but man.
Well,
and he just looks down on us as piss ants.
Because it regulates your melatonin, that can help improve your mood and sleep.
Yeah.
But it does have the risk of toxicity and contamination. So you got to be careful with it.
The toxicity of my breath smells pissy.
Yeah. The potty mouth cure. Casey was drawn to the fountain of funk after a lifelong struggle with severe gut dysbiosis, an imbalance of bacteria in the microbiome. But Courtney Smith, a registered dietitian, diabetes specialist, and founder of the Keys to Nutrition, stresses that this is not the way to treat it. Drinking your urine is not a solution, she told the Post. If you are struggling with stomach issues, I recommend a medical workup with gastroenterologist. Secondly, you may want to increase your consumption of prebiotics and probiotics to improve your gut media. Now, okay, so, we listen to this, and, we got this pea sipper.
I know I made a huge mistake when we opened up the story making a joke about Casey at the bat, but it's more like Casey at the pot.
Right? Yeah. Well, so remember how he said he was talking to a breath expert?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is also from the New York Post.
Okay.
And this is sex expert teaches orgasm breath method to biohacker expo and says it releases stress and boosts energy.
Okay.
Do you think this is the lady that the pea sipper was talking about?
It might be. It might be his fiance.
Sex scholar Nadege, who wrote Sextrology and founded the Pleasure Science, is sharing a simple breathwork technique to re-energize the brain, boost self-esteem, soothe the nervous system, and heighten intimacy with your partner. The phrase orgasm breath may make you blush, but Nadege insists it really works. Okay, stop right here for a second.
Yeah.
When we were very young, they used to teach us about breathing and controlled breathing.
Yes.
Do you remember that?
Yep.
So, then we had a bunch of kids that went through school where they didn't talk about this stuff, right?
Right.
And now you have people our age, maybe just a little bit younger, that remember that stuff, that come out and they take something and they use old stuff and then say that it's new and then put a little bit of freak flair on it.
Put a new lid on it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
They changed the lids on
it. It says you do 2 very quick inhales and then a long, exaggerated exhale, she told an audience last. So do 2 quick inhales and then a long, exaggerated exhale. No, go. Inhale twice and then exhale nice and slow.
Oh. I'm dying. Oh.
No.
This ain't working.
This was actually put in the Los Angeles edition of Biohackers World Conference. Why am I not surprised?
Yeah, they were hacking just like me.
Yeah, and the reason it's called the orgasm breath is because when you want to get louder and more exaggerated with each exhale, she explained. The method resembles the physiological sigh, which involves 2 short inhales before a long exhale. That breathing pattern is backed by neuroscientist Andrew Huberman, who says it activates a neural circuit that rapidly calms the autonomic nervous system and reduces stress. So if you breathe, it can reduce stress.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, who didn't hear that in the first grade?
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Learning something old.
Yeah, remember, if you get angry, just breathe.
Yes.
If you're scared, just breathe.
Just breathe. Take a deep breath.
Yeah.
It's going to be fine, I promise.
If you don't know what to do, just take a step back, take a deep breath, and remember?
Yeah.
I guess you need to say, take 2 quick deep breaths, and then exhale slowly.
Yeah. Take 2 deep breaths, lady, and see me in the morning.
And I don't know how that woman is a sex expert.
Yeah, I know.
Go ahead and explain her.
She's pretty hot. Other than her red hair and
nose, mouth,
and eyes. Pretty hot for the other side.
If you like walls.
Yes.
It says, because the physiological side promotes relaxation, Huberman recommends doing it before an activity that might cause nervousness like public speaking. You know what we're going to do? I want you to go home and I want you to practice this, the orgasmic breath.
Orgasmic breath. Okay.
Yep. And, maybe on tomorrow's show,
I'll let you know the result.
Well, no. You can teach everybody else how to do the orgasmic breath.
The orgasmic breath.
Yep, the orgasmic breath.
All right.
She advises sticking out your tongue during the pronounced exhale to break the ice with yourself and shift the energy to an open, playful state. So, yeah, I can see you doing this, like literally. So,
and it not working, I can see that too.
Well, I mean, it's just breathing.
I know.
You got to do these orgasmic breaths, at least 3 of them, to release tension.
We'll try it to see if it works. We'll see if she's a fraudster.
You got to relax the face and mouth muscles.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so this might be outlawed in Maryland.
Yeah, it could be.
You know what I'm saying? By sticking your tongue out,
getting pretty daggone close to.
Yeah, this would be like what they would consider the gray area.
Yeah, in Maryland.
Yeah, and if they did arrest somebody for the oral thing in Maryland,
it's her fault.
Well, if they did it because of this, would this be from the land of poisonous fruit in law sense?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The tree of poisonous fruit where, like if you pull somebody over for the wrong reason, but then you have a big drug bust, do they still get busted for the drugs if they shouldn't have been pulled? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Well, what if you're doing orgasmic breathing in Maryland? Would that be considered that case?
The way they've got their law set up, it would be.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's kind of weird. And, finally, and this, folks, is all true. We still have not told a lie on this.
No.
Baby brand drops breast milk flavored ice cream as moms admit they're already having the real thing and it's yummy.
What the
heck? Popular baby brand Frida is releasing a breast milk flavored ice cream. Yeah, that's really to celebrate the launch of the new Frida Mom 2-in-1 manual breast pump. The brand is giving people a scoop of what moms have been serving. What do you think of that?
Wow, breast milk on a
cup. The new frozen treat will answer the question many wonder, but are too scared to find out. What does it really taste like?
Well, I guess we'll let our little babies try it first.
Well, Frida's breast milk ice cream isn't actually made with breast milk because that's not USDA approved. The USDA doesn't approve anything that's natural. We got to throw some chemicals and science at it. You know what I'm saying?
Most certainly.
But the brand assures that it will be a pitch-perfect representation of the sweet, creamy, nutrient-packed goodness of
Enfamil in it?
Breast milk. Well,
it makes you wonder if it's USDA.
I don't know if this is what it tastes. It says it tastes sweet, nutty, with a hint of salt.
But it's USDA approved, but it's Enfamil.
This is almost like this has to be a joke.
It has to be.
Is
this from April 1st?
No, it's not. Literally, it's kind of like one of them things. But like if your girlfriend called you and you weren't in Maryland,
right,
and she's like, "Well, what's it taste like?" You'd be like, "Well, it's kind of sweet, nutty with a hint of salt."
Right.
Yeah. I don't know.
It
says that the ice cream is fortified with the same nutrients found in breast milk, including omega-3 fats, carbs, and energy-boosting lactose, as well as vitamins such as iron, calcium, vitamin B, D, and zinc. Does it get any more weird than this? I mean, this whole show pretty much was
off the rails.
Strange but true. You know what I mean?
This show was off the rails.
And finally, I've got one more that I think that we should talk about. Okay. This is from intelligent.com. And I came to this through Forbes. Okay, now intelligent.com and Forbes are both, fairly accurate when it comes to things. But did you know that 1 in 6 companies are not hiring recent college graduates?
Wow.
Okay, now That to me is crazy.
It is crazy because usually it's always they want the younger generation over the older.
Well, listen to this. 75% of the companies report that some or all of recent college graduates they hired were unsatisfactory. 6 in 10 companies fired recent college graduates they hired this year. 1 in 6 hiring managers say they are hesitant to hire from this group of college-educated people.
Wow, that's not good.
It says hiring managers say recent college grads are unprepared for the workforce, can't handle the workload, and are unprofessional.
I've noticed a few of them myself.
1 in 7 companies have refrained from hiring college graduates this next year.
Right.
9 in 10 hiring managers say recent college graduates should undergo etiquette training. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we've been saying for a long time, have a little respect. Well, what do you think that means?
Yeah.
Like how to act in front of people? Yeah. Listen to this. The reasons for recent college graduate hires that haven't been successful, meaning they've canned their ass, okay?
Right.
The biggest one, or over 50%, lack of motivation or initiative, meaning lazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 2, over 47%, lack of professionalism.
I've seen that.
Okay. Poor organizational skills. I mean, these people are college educated. What's going on here? It's almost like they're learning about, social bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of learning what they should be doing.
Right.
Poor communication skills. Challenges with feedback, meaning, they can't handle criticism. Where else have we seen that before? It's, like not handling criticism and not being able to accept results of an election. It's kind of the same thing.
It is.
You know what I mean? Lack of relevant work experience. Poor problem-solving skills. Poor problem-solving interpersonal skills. Insufficient technical skills. Bad culture fit. And difficult working in a team atmosphere.
Yep.
Gred.
Yeah.
This is real news from intelligent.com. We now have 1 in 4 companies in America that are no longer hiring because you have a degree. They want skills-based hires at all. And they're saying that this is catching on like wildfire.
Yeah.
And in the next couple years, that people with a degree are going to be very angry because their degree is not going to mean much anymore. What do you think of this?
I've been saying you don't have to go to college, but not only that, it's right here.
I mean, certain things you do, but
certain things you do. But I mean, if you want to be a lawyer and a doctor and stuff like that or whatever, but if you're going to college just to party and then you're trying to get a degree and whatever, well, you're the person that they're talking about.
Well, 100%. As we're going out, I'm gonna say this. These are hiring managers, things that hiring managers and many of them have said about recent college graduates. Folks, listen to this. You're going to love it. Thank you for being here. Remember, check out morningcrankers.com. If you want to talk to us, go to morningcrankers@gmail.com. Where else can they find us, Gred?
YouTube, Instagram. But check us out more on Instagram and Facebook.
All right. So here we go. Recent college graduates are entitled.
Ooh.
Recent college graduates are offended easily. Recent college graduates lack work ethic. Recent college graduates don't respond well to feedback. Recent college graduates are unprepared for the workforce. Recent college graduates have poor communication skills. Recent college graduates lack motivation. Recent college graduates cost more to train than older counterparts.
Yeah.
Recent college graduates lack technological skills it requires to do the job.
Yep.
Sorry, kids. Do better.
Do better.
We love you. Thanks for listening.
Love you, gang. See you on Hump Day.